Hello. Welcome back to our haunted library. It's Matilda. So I just went to the beauty parlor this week and got my new spring look. I'm feeling very pink these days, and I'm really happy with my new color. So I hope you think it's nice and flattering, and I really love these curls. So, every spring I try to give a different look just to perk my spirits up. You know how it is. And also bought myself a new outfit. I'm feeling very Stevie Nicks in my black lace. And I also got myself some new eyelashes, which are a little difficult to get used to, but I think they're very cool. And Regina thought they were a bat at first. So speaking of bats, we actually had one in our house the other night. Regina went into a complete panic. And, I had to explain to her, I have visitors too. And not everyone goes to bed at 9 o'clock like she does. So when I entertain my friends, all kinds of things can happen. And yes, sometimes bats show up. So just deal with it. Anyway, let's get on to the tag video. So this is an original tag from my dear friend John over at Books of Blood. And I just have to borrow Regina's glasses for a second. Now, John did tag Regina in this video, but I know he must have meant me because I am just much more savvy when it comes to social media than Regina. And that's the theme of this tag. This is the horrors of social media tag, an original tag by John. And speaking of social media, I am now on TikTok. Here's my profile name. Just me. Not Regina, it's all my own thing, although she might pop up every once in a while. So I already have quite a few followers and fans, so make sure you follow me on TikTok. I would really appreciate it. So let's get right to the questions. And I will link them all below. It's a little hard to put these glasses on with these eyelashes, but that's what happens when you're 150 years old. Things start to fall apart. Anyway, here we go. Question number 1. Facebook. Now, we do have a Facebook, Regina has a Facebook author page, and no one ever goes on to it, but I'll link it below anyway. Just in case, which horror character would you be most likely to accept a friend request from, and which horror character would you be least likely to accept a request from? Well, okay. Well, as we all know, Facebook is not as cool as it used to be, and frankly, it's for old people. And I don't have any problem with old people. Like I said, I'm 150 myself, but it has that reputation. It's not cool with the kids. So I was thinking, what horror character do I really like who's kind of old? And I came up with one of my favorites, and that is the tall man from Phantasm. I even have an autographed picture from the tall man. So I love the tall man. And I like tall men. I don't care how old he is. He will always be my friend. All right, and who least likely? Okay, that really annoying villain from that movie, It Follows. Whoever it is, and you keep following me, I blocked you, okay? You're blocked. So I think, is it named It or something else? Whatever it is, it keeps changing its profile picture, trying to fool me, and it's not working. All right, number 2, Instagram. Regina and I have an Instagram account. It's all going to be listed below or somewhere on this page. Oh, I can't see. I feel like I need a magnifying glass. It would be a lot cooler than these square glasses that belong to Regina. All right, number 2, Instagram. Which horror character would you be most likely to follow, and which horror character would you be least likely to follow? Most likely to follow, I am going to say Candyman. I've always thought Candyman had a certain je ne sais quoi about him. He's tall, he's handsome, and he has great style. I love his coat. I just love his wit, and he's wicked, and I love bees. So I'm going to go with Candyman. Least likely, I have to say, what is her name? That girl from the Rob Zombie films, Vera Ellen Baby, Firefly from the Rob Zombie Firefly films. She is so annoying, and I can't stand when people do that baby talk. Gets on my last nerve, so she's already blocked. Next, number 3, Twitter. Now, I don't have a Twitter account anymore. It's such a toxic environment. So I use that in my decision here. So number 3, which horror characters would have the best tweets and which horror character would have the worst tweets? All right, best tweets, hands down, Hannibal Lecter, because he's so witty and so dry, and I just think he could, 21 characters, make a really succinct, deadly tweet. Like the whole thing about the fava beans, just all of it. And what's good about it is he's on Twitter, so he's somewhere else, hopefully not in my town. Worst tweets would have to be poor Carrie White from Carrie. She's not really a wordsmith. She barely talks. When she does, she barely can get out a sentence. She's so shy. Now, maybe she's better writing something, but I just don't really see it. Sorry, Carrie. Number 4, YouTube, my favorite platform. Which horror character would you be most likely to subscribe to and not subscribe to? Well, okay, most likely to subscribe to. Now, I know what you're going to think. I always go back to him. She's not over him. She's stalking him, I've even heard, which is totally not true and unfair. My group therapy session hit me with that one day, and spell on them, shut them up right away. Of course, I'm talking about Monsieur Lestat. And I just only look at it once in a while just to see what he's doing. I'm not stalking, all right? Let's just get that clear. So, yeah, I guess it would be him. Not that I care. And least likely, what did I have here? Henry the serial killer. I am still recovering from the clips from that movie, and that was like 30 years ago. I don't want to see that stuff, all right? That's too much, too realistic. So Henry, I'm just going to block that and just pretend it doesn't exist. Sorry, I don't even want to apologize to him because, whoa, not into it. And number 5 would be Tinder. Which character would you swipe right for and which character would you swipe left for? All right, so this is a familiar territory. I've already swiped right for quite a few of these horror characters. In fact, I had a blind date with Mr. Michael Myers, and that was interesting, and we've kept in touch. So, it was a little rough at first, but once we got to know each other and he settled down a bit, we had a good time. So I would go out with him again. In fact, he asked me to a concert, so I'm really considering it. So if you happen to be watching this, Michael, just slip into my DMs. Worst Tinder, and look, this is where it's very ironic because I'm guessing most girls or boys are going to swipe right on him because he's so handsome, but looks can be deceiving. Yes, he's very handsome. He grooms himself impeccably. He even does that like mask thing, which I've tried. It does work. It does tighten the pores. He is groomed. He is coiffed. He's wearing the most expensive tailored suits, and he carries a big old phone. He has a beautiful business card, which is impressive, a Rolex watch, etc. But he probably is the roughest date you can possibly imagine. So, kids, don't swipe right on that guy. You will live to regret it. Even if he pays you $1,000 ahead of time, you might not live to ever spend that money. Just saying. Well, I really enjoyed that tag, so thanks, John, for tagging moi. And I'm going to tag a few people and spread the love. So let's go with Alex from the Bookubus, Merce from Harpies in the Trees, both lovely ladies, and our very own Cameron Chaney, who's one of my favorites, of course. But of course, this tag is open to anyone. Please feel free to do it. I would love to hear everyone's thoughts about these really fun questions. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by our haunted library, and I'll see you soon.